This is the Artist Entrepreneur Podcast. We are your hosts, Amanda Ritchie, Noah Dock, and me, Carrie Wee. We're three artists brought together by the love of circus and dance. Amanda from the world of Cirque du Soleil as an aerial soloist. Noah, our academic, and me from the commercial dance world. This is one of the greatest jobs in the world, but it comes with uncertainty. Each episode contains insight on how to pursue art-based businesses. We'll have a variety of guests and have lively weekly Discord. Tune in every week to hear our perspectives on the minefield that is the artist's way of life. Mr. Noah Dock.
Hello, how are we today?
Oh, it has been a week, Noah. It has not been a good week, but plenty to talk about.
Well, that's
There's
good.
the upside of having a rough week.
That's good.
Listeners, Noah is giving us very clean cut today. Very clean cut. We've got some hair product. We got some hair product happening. We have a very light shadow in the beard and the mustache. Light shadow, so not clean shaven, just a little bit. We've got a button collar shirt.
True.
What brought this on?
Running around giving my resume to places.
Oh, you're trying to get another job?
Always.
Oh, goodness. How'd it go?
Nobody's hiring. Economy's terrible. All that shit.
Oh, yeah. So
The usual.
do you have happiness to give to the listeners, or do you want to listen to my story?
I definitely don't have happiness for the listeners, but I'm sure I do have things to talk about, but they're not really update things. So why don't you give us your update and then we can go from there, because I think that's probably the best way of going about today, I think. Tell us listeners, me included.
I went from a frying pan of potential fires in LA to flood zone San Antonio.
Oh, okay. That's
exciting.
exciting.
So I didn't realize how the rain came. So it's like it dumps and it creates
You never heard
flash.
the phrase, when it rains, it pours?
Yes. Well, it likes to dump on San Antonio in a couple hours, and you get all this flooding because it comes so quickly.
Right.
And so the area got flooded. My home studio, I don't own the studio, but that's how I make all of my money here. So it could be worse, but I'll tell you the bad parts. The bad parts is that the flood did not.
Right, you could own the studio.
Yeah. Sorry,
it could
Tara
be worse.
and Claudia.
You could own the studio.
Well, also they're leasing. They don't own the property. So also the landlord, all that.
It could be worse. You could be the landlord of the studio.
You could be the landlord of the studio. So bottom line is that it was not the flooding that was the actual problem. The roof failed. And there was a rehearsal happening in the space. Otherwise, no classes are happening at that time. And it could have just been empty, and then we would have been really fucked. Sorry, my French. Excuse my French. So the students who were in there rehearsing, they were like, oh, shit, the walls are crying.
Oh, shit. We should leave.
No, they were full on aerial warriors, and they were like, save the silks. Save the equipment. So they got all the brooms and all the mops, and they kept on wiping it out, and it kept coming back in. It's one big space, and at the back of the space, it's not big, it's a small space. It's one space, it's like half the size of Womack and Bowman, maybe, with 6 points, give or take. And then at the back, there's an entrance to a Pilates studio. The water came in all the way to the entrance to the Pilates studio.
Wow.
So, not high, but in,
But
right?
Enough.
But in, and so all the waters, all the drywalls completely soaked, all of the floorboards completely soaked with water. And guess what? During the daytime, it's 100 degrees here.
Right. So you get swampland.
And then you get potential mold if it gets to that. So the good news is that Dara Minkin and Claudia Torkelson have amazing relationships here in San Antonio. We had a very soft landing because within one day, all of our classes are rescheduled at a friendly neighborhood aerial studio. There's only 2 others in the city, and one of them took us in.
Nice.
And so they're basically sharing their space with us, which is crazy if you think about it.
Yeah.
they have the space actually because they're big and they have the space. So we're there for all of our classes. And then I think the San Antonio Children's Ballet, I got to look up the actual name of it. They have a Pilates studio and they've gifted us that. So we're allowed to go in there and teach our clients.
Nice.
So our space flooded. And then that's just like, we have to let all the students know. And I've been talking to Dara a lot, but then mostly my mild depression and high anxiety this week were all based on real estate things. So luckily I am not the owner of that studio because then it would be doubled, because basically we're in the 2 months where we don't have tenant rent coming in. We just moved out of the last place. Sorry, you guys, I'm going to be cussing a lot. They fucked us on the security deposit. Noah, they took pictures of the refrigerator inside, which I cleaned myself. And if you know how there's like a speck of something on your computer screen?
Yeah.
They would take a picture of that, put an arrow towards it and put a box around it, a red box. And they sent us like 15 pictures like that of the fridge, the inside of the fridge. I mean, which honestly, if I known that they did that, I would have licked it out with my tongue. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know they were gonna go there. I've never had in LA. Anytime I've moved out of an apartment, I clean it like a pedestrian would clean a fridge, not like you're gonna perform surgery in there.
Well, yeah, that's
yeah,
acceptable standard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And who knew if it was that clean when we first got it? So they charged us for stuff like that. No.
It definitely wasn't.
So it is such a scheme because they basically charge the person leaving and then they charge the person coming. They don't actually do anything in between. It's a scheme. Like, I'm going to do it. It's a complete scheme. So we got effed on that. And then when you start to go get new tenants, it's a lot of costs involved. Not as much as LA though, because LA they have to you have to paint the whole house again, the interior.
Yeah.
For us, we don't have to do that. We just have to touch up. But it's just like we got like our bill for the lawn here for the first time after I forgot to pay the water, and it was actually like it's like $400. Yeah. And Asa and I are trying to figure out what the fuck is happening. Apparently, our new sprinklers are set way too much, and they're just sprinkling too much. So I'm just money is pouring out of my ass, and I'm not making it. And so I had complete, utter, mild depression and insanely high anxiety this week. And I've just spent the whole week trying to like manage my own anxiety and not just cry.
And not fight people.
Yeah. And like stay even.
Take it out on yourself or other people.
Or my kid or my partner.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So there is business stuff that I want to get into when it comes to YouTube. But that was my terribleness. What was your terribleness?
I didn't really have terribleness, I'm gonna be totally honest.
Good. Oh, okay.
No
Why did I think from the intro that was terrible? What happened with the app? Did it get fixed?
I'll find out today.
Oh, okay. So it's taken the whole week.
Some things have gotten fixed, but some things are still in progress.
Okay.
Yeah. But no, no, today wasn't a bad week. It was one of those weeks that like, how do I phrase this? You like, you put on your calendar, or you like make your daily to-do list, your like single day to-do list, and that day to-do list lasts a week. It was like one of those kinds of weeks.
Oh.
You know, when you make a to-do list for the day and it takes the whole fucking week.
That's frustrating.
Yeah. I tried going into this week with like a very organized schedule of what my week was going to be like. And that like got absolutely chucked out the window. Like immediately. So yeah, but you know, other than that, just working on trying to focus a couple different directions. I know that kind of doesn't sound like it makes sense, but you know, like trying to focus on the big picture items right now. Trying to focus on the red flags, trying to focus on social media management, trying to focus on cocktails and things like that. Trying to like engage with the real estate things that are going on in my brain, and in like the little bit of family business that I've now been engaged with. And so yeah, so just like trying to structure my weeks in a way that makes the most sense to support that, because that's not always the easiest thing, you know.
So basically, when the day's to-do list takes all week, it makes you feel like you're not going anywhere.
Oh yeah, well, it definitely makes you feel like, you know, I'm like wasting time, or like it's not working, if that makes sense. So yeah, I think that's always
Right. So
tough.
because no launch, because the app has to be fixed before you do the launch.
Right. No
Right.
launch.
No launch.
Yeah, no launch. No. What else? What else didn't happen today? I didn't get to do as much lead gen as I wanted to this week. I wanted to like reach out to a lot of people for social media management. I didn't get to do quite as much as I wanted to do. I did have some good meetings. I did go to some good events. I did some good networking. I did get all my social media sort of under wraps, which is sort of the subject. I feel like this is an ongoing subject on this podcast, which is social media.
Yeah, we can talk about
accounts.
social media because I have so much to talk about on that. But wait, before we do that, how was the event?
How was it? It was good. It went really well. I thought that people enjoyed it. I oversold one night, undersold the other night. So
Okay, that stayed.
I didn't reach total maximum. I think that, this is such a good, yeah, okay, let's talk about this. This is a great thing to talk about. This is such an entrepreneur experience. Let's do it. This was my fourth event of the year. I would like to do more, but I think my goal was like 6 events for the year, which I think I'm going to hit, because my next event is going to be the weekend before Halloween. And it's going to be Drink Up Me Hearty's Yo-Ho. And it's going to be cocktails that I have actually been working on for quite a while. They're all pirate themed. And since it's before Halloween, everyone will be encouraged to dress up and come as pirates. And I will, of course, be donning my Jack Sparrow outfit that I have taught in and like been a college professor in. And
I mean, there's no other answer to that. Of course, you have to be Jack Sparrow.
And I will be serving as Jack Sparrow. I will not be serving as Noah Doc. I will be serving as Jack Sparrow. So here's what's great. So we've done 4 events. How did we start? We started this whole rigmarole with, I want to test cocktail menus. It really wasn't like a money thing. It was just, I need a creative outlet. I need to create cocktails, and I like getting people drunk in fun and exciting ways with tasty cocktails. So why don't I do that at my house? And I'll turn the house into like a bar, and we'll see what happens. So I had a plan. I was going to like borrow some of my friend's furniture, turn my house into a little lounge, and, serve cocktails. And then 2 days before my first event, I went to IKEA to buy some bottles, and I find these stainless steel bar tops that I think are cooler than shit. And I decide, fuck it, let's full send this. Let's buy all these bar tops. Let's buy a bunch of chairs.
Go big or go home, as you said.
Home. Let's spend a bunch of money and see what happens. And that's exactly what I did. And I think that people really appreciated that part of it and really enjoyed it, because they walked into my house and, holy shit, we're in a bar. This is not a living room. This is a fucking bar. This is crazy. And I think it was really successful in that way. And I spent a bunch of money, and I want to state to the masses, to the whole world here, I have not broken even yet on what I have invested in this.
Do you have a spreadsheet somewhere?
Oh, do I ever?
Oh, okay.
I have a lot of spreadsheets, but I'm really close. I was hoping to break even on this event. This last event, it didn't happen. I will break even on my next one for sure. Like there's no way. It's a very small amount that I'm still in the red for. Almost negligible at this point.
Can I ask you?
Yeah.
What's the biggest item on that list? Is it alcohol?
No, the biggest item was the bars.
Oh, okay. The furniture. Got it.
Yeah. The alcohol is the biggest item per event. But I'm talking about as a whole.
Got it.
No, I have done more than break even on each event. It is just as like the initial investment of equipment that has kept me behind. So what have we learned? We've learned that people like it. We've learned that my pricing, everybody has said it should be more expensive. However, I don't.
Except for them.
No, the people who have been there have said
I would be willing to pay more for this because it's awesome.
However, I know like the people, I know my friends, I know some of the people who come, and like I don't want to charge people more. I don't think this necessarily needs to be more expensive. I think if I was at a facility and like had a commercial property lease and all sorts of other things, then that would be different. But I don't right now, and we're just playing, we're just having fun. And what I've learned is people, I could charge more. Saturdays are always busy.
Okay.
Fridays are a little bit less. I've started to get word of mouth to other places. People have come who I do not personally know. My Saturday event was more than half people that I don't personally know.
Really?
I have made a decision that my setup, my layout could be better.
Oh, please tell.
So the way that I have done this is I have 6 bars. I have 2 seats per bar. That fits 12 people. I've been doing, 12 people a night. However, when I oversell it, my living room is connected to my dining room. We have a beautiful dining room table, and we set up the dining room table. However, I don't love that because I feel like they're not sitting at the bar. They're not getting the same sort of experience. They feel sort of removed. Now, some people really like that because when a group of 4 is like all together and they just want to be together, I can put them there. Makes it easy. But I think that part of the experience is sitting at the bar. So after the event on Saturday, me and my roommate messed with how could we possibly set up this space to accommodate more people, more bars, and to use, the dining room area and get rid of the dining room table. And we made a couple different options. And one of them is 20 people and everybody has a bar top. And so as I'm looking at this, I'm going, okay, as we move forward into this, my Fridays have been a little lower. My Saturdays are high. I know I can fill 20 people on a Saturday. So why don't we try to do that? Why don't we adjust the price a little bit? We bring it to 20 people and we do one night a week, one night for this instead of 2. We'll definitely fill it. And I think it could be more fun. I think it could be greater, and we don't have to do the 2-night thing. Now, if one night completely fills and people are like, we need a second night, great.
Yeah.
We can make a smaller version of that second night, or we have another 20 people. We've just grown our ability a little bit more. The other side of this is that one of the options that I had was to, instead of doing bar tops, create a lounge space that is, everybody has their own sort of table, comfier chairs, couches, things like that. And it's more of like a walk around service sort of thing. And I brought that up with some of the people who have now experienced this maybe one or two times. And they've said, we think that could be really fun and really cool. And so my sort of thought for my last, I'm going to say 2, maybe 3 events of this year are to try some of that out. To say, okay, we've done this 4 times. It worked 4 times. Mm-hmm. Let's do the extension version where we do 20 people. We see how that works. And let's do the lounge version where we don't do the bar tops. We do it as a lounge and we set up the space in a totally different way.
And do you have furniture for that version?
What?
Do you have furniture for that? Would you just use what you have?
I don't have furniture for it. However, I know some event companies who are pretty local and would probably rent me some fairly decent lounge bar furniture for not very much.
Okay.
So I think that this is a really great example of doing something because you're interested in it and because you kind of want to do it, not necessarily having a business plan for it or a plan for how it will change, doing it a few times, learning what you learn, and then making decisions to try something new, and then taking that and saying, what are we going to try next? How are we going to expand? How are we going to grow? These are the limitations. This is the size of the room. This is the amount of people. This is the price. This is what it costs you to do it. What's next? And so that is sort of what I think has been really fun about last weekend with this last event is going, okay, we've done it 4 times. We know what it looks like. What do we need next? Well, we need space for more people. Okay. We need it to be full every time. Okay. We maybe need to make a little bit more money in order to cover our costs. Okay. We could do that. And why don't we give it a shot?
Why am I imagining you sitting down with like a bunch of Legos to figure out how to do your tables?
That would have been a great idea, actually.
What does the layout look like if you were to draw it? Like, because right now it's a rectangle, right?
So basically, my living room is like a big square. And then my dining room is about half the size of the square, like width,
in an L
width-wise.
L position?
Yeah, it's kind of an L. Okay. But it's like, hold on. Our viewers won't be able to see this, but
are you going to do just like a big L throughout the both rooms?
Not really. So
you guys, he got his pen and his paper out.
Got my pen and paper out.
Oh my God.
So
you kind of look like one of those Salesforce guys right now.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So that's kind of what my living room, dining room looks like.
Okay.
The idea that we have is that line now is the bar.
Okay. I love it. And there's space in one of those corners so you're not trapped on one side or the other.
Actually, I can walk because, add to the diagram here.
Okay.
These are both doorways. One goes to the kitchen, one goes to a hallway that connects to the kitchen, but I can walk completely from here to here and back. So this is all my space. And then there's a little gap here.
The other space is for them.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, so you're still on one side and they're on the other.
Yeah.
I imagined people on both sides, and I was thinking, what if you're a guy and you want to talk to a hot girl and she's on the other side of the partition? Nope. You're all on one side.
You're all on one side.
Got it. And when it comes to not enough Noah for people, is 20 people still a good number for as many as Noah can handle, you think?
20 people is definitely a doable number. I think that the 20 people helps me to be a little bit more strategic with my batches and how I'm making things.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
But it's no more like I always sort of go back to like when I was working at the restaurant in Mammoth, and like there were days where it was like me and one other person and the restaurant was full and like we could pull it off. So
yeah, that's where that experience really helps.
Yeah,
huh?
that's where that really comes down to and is important.
I worked at an aerial studio that's 6 points, shitty low 6 points, really low ceiling. And it was one of these places that did a lot of Groupon back when Groupon was a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And one time they put like, I don't know, 18 beginners in my class. And I had an assistant, which made it doable. But yeah, that's where I got my boot camp too. Because I was like just trying to keep people alive and happy. I wasn't actually teaching anything. You know? But yeah, I feel like we've all had those experiences where like, okay, this is extreme, and if I can handle it, then I can handle all the other things in between.
Yeah. It's a good thing to be able to do.
Yeah. It is, especially when there's customers involved, and you know, the vibes have to be good.
You got to survive.
Yeah, and you have to do it and bring an environment that people actually want to be in, you know? So okay, so Noah, I have two different pockets of goal right now. One is my long-term money, and then short-term money. I need to make some more short-term money.
You and me are in the same place.
I need to. So I'm trying to hustle it's hard to hustle clients because when the desperation vibes start to come out, you're not going to get anywhere.
Right.
So I actually have a couple clients coming in this week anyway, so I'm grateful that it's not totally dead, because then I would really lose my mind. But here's the shift that I'm making. You were talking about shifts and like seeing our business and saying, okay, it's time to shift something because something's not working, or it used to work and it's not anymore. What's not working for me is over time not getting paid for my content. That's what's not working for me, because I put so much time and energy into it. And yes, I think one thing that I'm always getting from it is brand awareness. I think that's happening. I think I'm pretty successful at that, considering that I'm not spending any money on it.
Yeah.
But when it comes to actual cash for my content, I need to make a shift to YouTube and TikTok. TikTok I've been on, and I'm really glad that however many months ago I decided to do that, because that needs to happen, and then YouTube needs to happen for me. So I went down the YouTube rabbit hole on how to get the big check mark to earn money on YouTube. Have you ever looked this up?
I have.
Okay. So tell me if I'm right. For like the diet version where you don't get all of the revenue, you don't get the ad revenue, but there's other revenue you can get. Yep. It's 500 subscribers and one of two things. Either 3,000 watch hours, other people watching your shit, or 10 million views on shorts or something. Is it 10 million or is it 8 million or something?
Something like that.
And then the full version, like the full, you're earning all the ad revenue, is the numbers are, excuse me if I'm wrong, 1,000 subscribers plus 4,000 watch hours, other people watching your stuff, or 10 million shorts views. And it has to be the watch hours have to be in 12 months, and the shorts views have to be in 3 months. So you have to be very active, and with shorts you have had to have gone viral. Yeah. That's the bottom line. So that's not the way I'm going to get there, because I've never gone viral, and I'm like, if I'm going to go viral, I'm going to have to do some stupid shit with my reels, and I don't want to.
True.
Like I'm going to have to do something like kitschy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like a trending situation, and then somehow tie it into silks, whatever. So luckily I have 700 subscribers already, because I started my tube already a long time ago, and I just kind of like didn't pay attention to it. So luckily I have that. What I don't have are watch hours. And so what you have to do is create content and then do your best. So this is my second day creating content. And the other snafu is that, unlike Sloan Bella, she comes to mind because I talked to her recently about this. She's like a celebrity medium. So her whole video is like 2 hours long. Like one video is 2 hours long. Whereas if I do a tutorial on Silks, it's gonna be like 5 minutes, 12 minutes, 3 minutes.
Yeah.
So you have to make a lot of them if you're going to do that. So I started that process. I know it's not going to be a quick process, but I think it's a step better than just like dumping all of my content on Instagram. I'm not getting paid for it.
Yeah.
I will never get paid for it.
Yeah.
It's like
Instagram,
the worst investment.
Instagram is a bad.
It's a bad stock to put your money into.
In terms
from that perspective,
of content return, it's a bad stock. Yeah.
Yeah. Not to say I don't get other things. I get brand awareness. That's where all the aerialists are across the world. So if I want to, sell my workshop, that's where I need to be.
100%.
But so basically, now I need to take my content from, my studio sessions, repurpose it for like 5 different things. And so now that Bean's in school, I do not know how many hours I spent on social media content today or this week, but it was the majority of the week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you going to use, that's the like age old question. How do you get 10 million views on your shorts? How do you get these long form videos to actually become successful?
I mean, definitely I have watched videos on this exact thing. I Google, hey, how do I blah, blah, blah. And for shorts, I think the answer is kind of like what you did. You got to do a stitch. You got to do something clever. Even now when I go through my feed, it's even more so like that. And I'm like, oh, this is so, I hate it. So for me, I think it's going to be the long form video. What I've kind of come to terms with is that the buying of the full course I used to sell a good amount, and it's just not, it feels like those vibes are past.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I can monetize the same type of content, and then it's not going to be the same content because I made that course a little bit ago. So I'm going to create new content and make it fresh and make the video quality good and all that stuff and do short videos. And I'm going to actually try, because I'm doing this in the studio for myself. Right. I'm going to expand to hoop and hammock on my tutorials for Wrap Your Head Around Silks. So I'm going to just roll it out on my Instagram story on Monday that I've already put a couple videos up. And, because over time it's worth it because it's cumulative. You can just you check it one day and it's not great. And the next day you check it. And I have one short that this week that went to 30K views, but that's nowhere close to 10 million.
Yeah, but you got to start somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah. And you never know. I mean, it happened to you last week. It's just that I kind of know, how kitschy you have to be to kind of get that viralness. But I did watch a couple videos on how to make your long form videos pop a little bit. So it's like, okay, your channel you have to have a continuity between the videos, and the thumbnail has to be eye-catching. And you have to be very clear about what you're giving them and also artistic, and not be too cartoonish.
Yeah.
And then thoughts, because you were talking about social media a little bit too. What were your thoughts?
Well, I did the thing this week. I made multiple social media accounts.
Oh, you did? Okay. So what platform and what for?
I made them all on Instagram. One of them I am debating not doing on Instagram and just doing on TikTok.
Okay.
So now I have red flags. I have my personal Instagram, which I will probably deactivate regularly because I don't like being on it.
Okay.
I have a cocktail one now.
Nice.
A speakeasy one.
I would be putting all this in the show notes, friends. Don't worry. Which
I will be using to, invite people and get people to the cocktail events. I came up with a name for it. That was my other thing. My last time people were like, you should really have a name for this. Now that it's happened a few times. So I called it NoHo House Speakeasy.
NoHo House Speakeasy. I like it. North Hollywood House Speakeasy.
Yeah. I like it too. I think it was a good little name.
I love it.
On Instagram, it's NoHo Speakeasy. Are
they connected, your Instagram pages?
They're not.
on on one do you list the other ones? Okay.
No, they're not. No, they're not. But I made that one, and then I have debated for so long. The one that I'm thinking I might do on TikTok.
Photography.
Oh, I made a photography one.
Oh, okay. Instagram photography one. Okay.
I did make a photography. That one's called Docography, which I think is hilarious.
Oh.
I tried to name it so many other things, but they were all taken, and I was like, fuck it, Docography, let's do it.
Well, I mean, I'm waiting for you to call something Doc Ock for sure.
Doc Ock, yeah. I swear to God, if anybody steals this, I'll be so mad, but Doc in German means roof, and so I've always wanted to name something Raise the Doc, because I just think it's hilarious.
No.
It's dumb. And then the last one that I made, which is the one that I'm thinking about just doing on TikTok instead of Instagram, is for a very long time I've had people tell me, like, you know, you're funny, you're personable, you should make a social media account where you just, and you hate everyone. So you should make a social media account where you just, like, stitch things and, like, you know, bitch about things and comment on the world and things like that. Which is sort of what I've been doing with red flags.
See, this is how I would go viral. How would I use that idea? Noah, help me. How would I use that idea and not degrade my aerial practice?
I don't know. I would have to think about it.
No, listeners, put your brains together, because I can be ridiculous. That's not a problem.
Okay.
But, like, I just don't want to, like, degrade my silks.
Do you know the guy, there's actually, I know exactly how you could do it. I know exactly how you can do it. Are you ready? Are you prepared?
I don't know if I'm prepared.
There's a guy, he's a coach. He's a fitness coach. And he has a pit bull named Duty.
Okay.
Have you seen his videos?
No, I have not.
I'm going to send you one of his videos. I'm going to find it. He's hilarious. And he basically stitches, like, insane workout stuff and then tries to do it. So they're like, you know, and some of them are circus people that I've seen, and they're like, you know, some guy doing push-ups holding, like, quarters like this together, and he puts it like this, and he does the push-up, and then he drops the quarters and all the quarters fall. And so it's him trying to do these insane exercises, and he is, like, built. He is a absolutely jacked dude. And his dog, Duty, is, like, always getting in his way, and, like, just, like, he is always messing him up. So, like, he's trying to do a push-up.
Hi, Mr. Noah.
Hi, Bean.
He says hi, Bean.
Are you late today?
No, actually.
I was early.
I don't trust you.
How did he have your trust? Okay, just take a seat. Okay, so he's, like, kind of doing ridiculous videos.
He does these ridiculous videos where he tries these things out. So here's my idea for you. You ready?
Oh, God. That means I'm going to have to try stuff I don't want to do.
You pull up different aerial moves and things like that, and you stitch them, and you try to figure them out, or you try to do them. And the funny part is going to be, like, your commentary and, like, you being in the air and being like, fuck, that hurts, or, like, whatever, like, and stitching it all together. I'm gonna find one of his videos.
Okay, yeah.
But I feel like that would be a very fun and funny way for you to like stitch videos of, like, here's somebody doing some insane drop, and you being like, I have to give it a try. Like, I have to try that drop now.
Okay. Oh my God. You know the reason why I don't want to do this is because I don't actually want to do those drops.
I know, but, like, part of what is funny, and I feel like part of what this is gonna come out bad. Part of what people kind of know you for is the fact that you don't always do the thing. You instruct the thing, and I feel like I'm allowed to say that because I'm very much that kind of teacher.
No, it's okay. I am known for not demoing.
I don't like to demo. I don't usually demo. I usually explain and have people do it, or I have somebody else demo while I talk at them. So like I feel like I can say that about you. But the fact that you would be doing all of this and demoing it would definitely your people, all the listeners on here and all of your students would be like, we get to watch Carrie like try and like accomplish these moves and like do this.
So, but
It'd
the
be
thing is,
fun.
the funny thing is I don't actually have to do it well.
Right. You don't have to do it well. You just have
Okay,
to
well,
try.
that's a little bit better. Okay.
I'm gonna send it to you. I think you're gonna like it.
No, you're right, because I just have to film my blunders, and
Yeah.
I have plenty of those.
Yeah. Film your struggles. That's all you got to do.
Because I mean, it's true, when everything's perfect and pretty, it's not going to have that viral effect.
Right.
It's just not.
Right.
Sorry.
It never does.
Unfortunately.
It's unfortunate, but it's true.
Oh God. Well, so what's one step worse than not having an idea? No, one step better than not having ideas, where you've put me right now. So we have an idea.
We have an idea. You just have to do it now.
So I have to go and find things that I'm like, I would never want to do that, and then try them.
Oh, I can send you those things too. I've got so many of those.
La, 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 la. Okay.
They're like, I'm not listening. I'm not listening.
Well, the thing that comes to mind is that one ankle drop that I had my like teenager do.
Oh yeah. Perfect.
Oh, God.
Perfect thing to do.
Oh God, you guys, I'm gonna have to wrap myself in gauze or like athletic tape.
It's hilarious. I think it's funny. I think it's hilarious.
Maybe that'll be a part of the video where I just wrap my entire leg in towels or something.
Yeah, wrapping your whole body in fucking gauze. Like the ending is just you with ice packs. Like I gotta find this guy. Hold on. Hold on. I'm sending you one right now. Instagram coach with dog duty. His name
Just send it to
is
me. Okay.
Jarrell Carter.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just have to have a hook somehow.
I'm sending you one that's a girl doing a handstand, like right off the bat, or doing the splits or whatever. He's so funny. He is so funny. You're gonna love this.
People do love bloopers.
People love bloopers.
And I haven't been putting bloopers up. So, okay, I'm going to switch it up a little bit, because I'm like, I spend so much time on it. I post all the time, and it's just like, it's not going to catch that wave unless it's something like that. I just know it. Like, I know it in my heart, in my soul.
Yeah. I mean, this dude has 1.1 million followers.
And I can even set, like, I haven't seen it, and I know it probably doesn't take away from what people think that he's good at.
Oh,
definitely not.
Dude, look at him. He's the Terminator. He's jacked. He has 0% body fat and weighs, I don't know, 280.
Oh, I mean, yeah. It's a good thing to do when you already have a little bit of a following.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
Okay, now you started all these Instagrams, and we've had this conversation over time.
Yes.
And what is your strategy for keeping up with this? Are you having people help you?
It's a great question. So, part of what I have been doing over the last 4 weeks, on top of diet, trying to get up earlier, going to the gym, and trying to be a better human being, this week I tried to do the weekly schedule thing. That didn't really work, but daily schedule. And daily schedule has been working really well for me. I have a checklist on my computer. I have a checklist on my phone. And it's everything from like, do your posts for red flags to sit outside for 20 minutes.
Okay.
And I think that's been super helpful for me. That's been like my sort of way of doing things. And some of this I'm scheduling. I like all my photography stuff. It's all posts. I don't need to do much. I can schedule all that. It takes me about 15 minutes, and I can schedule about 2 weeks worth. And I have literally, like, I went through and I have 2.5 months worth of content, and I can post 3 photos a day for 2.5 months. Like, I'm good for a while.
That's one of the easy things about having a photography if you've been shooting for a while.
Yeah. So that's done. Red flags. I have content that needs to be made every month, and then the interviews get scheduled separately. That happens with my social media management company. So somebody else I work with does that. But then the stitch stuff that I do, I'm just blocking out some time that I can do that, and I think that I'm funnier and more engaging when I don't think that hard about it. So like last night, I'm just calling it my bullshit account, but my like Noah comments on life and the universe last night.
And that's TikTok.
Yeah, it's on Instagram right now, but I'd like to put it on TikTok. Or I think I want to put it on TikTok for the monetization idea, right? Like if you're going to if you want this from a monetization standpoint, put it on TikTok. And like I went to CVS last night to pick up a prescription, and like I filmed a video in my car talking about why the fuck is there never cell service in CVS? Like what is the deal? What are they hiding in CVS? Like, what is going on?
The walls are painted with metal or something on purpose. Why are those walls
12 feet thick of concrete and made of pure steel? Like, what's the deal? Why is it that every CVS I've ever been in, you don't have cell reception?
I've never, ever noticed that, ever, by the way.
Well, you haven't stood in line long enough at a pharmacy in CVS, obviously.
I guess not. Oh, my God.
But, it's just dumb shit like that. So I went outside, I sat in my car, I filmed a 2-second video, and I could have posted it right there, but I wanted somebody's thoughts on it. I got their thoughts, and I'll post it later today because I think it's funny.
Okay, my question for you is, before you didn't feel like you had bandwidth, what has changed and why?
Nothing. I still don't have bandwidth. I'm just doing it.
Okay. You're like, F it, I just need to get it done.
Yeah. There's zero
extra bandwidth hanging out.
Yeah. There's zero. Yeah. No, there's.
Me too. But same thing is like, if I don't do this now, I'm going to regret not doing it before. Like in 2 months from now, I would have regretted it.
Yeah.
Because every single day you're getting views. And if I have to build up to that amount, which I think is possible.
I don't.
It's not impossible.
I do not see why not.
Yeah. And then it rolls. It's one of those things you have to feed the beast at the beginning, and then, it's for the future. So, yeah, my huge problem is that my short-term money is really not flowing right now, and I gave this speech to Asa a couple weeks ago because he was like very close to like just getting an extra side hustle that was going to be time-consuming but not a lot of money per hour.
Yeah.
And he's like us. I was like, no, this is when you have to get creative.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have to get creative. Yeah. And use what you got.
I am, that's why I'm trying to get jobs, like that is literally what I'm dealing with, what I'm trying to do right now, because I have to get a job. I need short-term money immediately. That needs to, fuck. Oh my God. I don't even know how else to describe it.
Well,
but I also I believe, maybe delusionally, but I believe that I can do it by finding clients for social media. And we'll see what happens, but I believe that that's possible.
Yeah, I mean, the conversation that we had was like, okay, you just get something quick, but in my mind, it needs to be along the lines of what you're already trying to do, because you have to gain something else besides money out of it. Right. It has to be. You have to gain brand awareness. You have to network somehow. All those things, this is the low. I'm in a real low right now. Although I was having a conversation with a girlfriend today, and she was like, it just seems like you're as stressed out as you were in LA. I was like, yes, but I'm stressed out with assets. Different. Different.
Different.
I would much more rather take that.
Yeah.
Because we're stressed out because we have too many things for us right now. It's like, okay, it's really heavy because until we get tenants in there, now we're responsible for 2 houses. And so.
Well, and this is a totally different conversation, but.
You can touch on it, and we'll come back next time.
No, part of what I'm looking at, because I've sort of starting to get engaged with my family business, is that, and I'm approaching that like that idea of, what is owning. Obviously, real estate is the fucking move. Like, I just don't think that there's a world where anybody disagrees with what I just said.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
I think that personally, I personally would like to get involved. I would like to be doing that kind of thing. And, how do you go about doing that? How do you go about starting that journey? And, you got to have some money in the bank. You got to have some opportunity to invest. You got to get some knowledge. You got to, expand your viewpoint a little bit. And, I think that there's some ways to do that.
We're in the thick of it, and it's like, it's really hard to be like, oh, I have to be thankful that I'm here because I wasn't here before.
Right.
And that was worse than where I'm at. But when expenses and it just is a very specific 2 months.
Yeah.
Because whenever you move, you have extra expenses. Whenever you're in a new house, you're learning it. Like, our water bill won't be the same as it is this month, next month, because we would have learned something. Like, we only pay the agent at the beginning once for one lease. It's just like all at once. And like, for me, I need to figure out, I'm like, oh my God, I need to up my Zoloft because I can't, like, my brain chemistry, I'm already imbalanced, and I'm trying to like not have panic attacks during the whole week.
Yeah.
I'm doing everything I can. And the fact is that my brain chemistry has never been that even anyway. And then you add the stressors, and it's like, no matter how much breathing exercises I do in yoga, which I'm very adept at, it's just not there. It's not doing it.
Yeah.
And then I go from anxiety to depression really easily. It becomes very physical. It's like drowsiness, tiredness, like heart palpitation. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, oh my God, I can't get my work done and feel this way.
Yeah. Yeah. There's so many ways to do it at this point. Right. And like,
yeah.
And
oh my God.
It's kind of, you're overwhelmed. The ways of doing it are overwhelming.
Yeah.
It's like, there's no right answer. I came up with a term for, I've been thinking about like, okay, if I were able to buy a house and start this investment property experience, go find a duplex, live in half of it, rent out the other half, stay there until you're ready to buy the next one, move, in a similar way to what you guys are doing, where you're buy, move, this experience. And I was thinking about that. That is a version that I know people do that I haven't talked to, aside from you. I haven't talked to a ton of people who've done that. I've talked to people who have done I bought a house in rural Missouri, and I go there every couple weeks to check on it, sort of thing. And there's just so many different versions. There's so many different options for how to go about any of this.
Yeah, a friend of mine here is looking at a fourplex, and she'd live in one, and then the other 3 she'd rent out.
Yeah.
And she owns a home now that she's almost done paying for, so she would take that equity, right?
Yeah.
So, it's one of these things where if you live in a place where it was affordable and it was affordable when you were in your 20s, you could have started this earlier. I could have started this earlier, but we weren't. We were in LA, you're in LA, and it's a different ball game because there's no starter homes there. And there's increasingly less starter homes everywhere, to be honest, right?
Totally.
So, I don't know. Sometimes it makes me feel better to look like really go step back and be like, okay, this is how much I have here. This is how much I have here, and let it comfort me. But that is increasingly not working anymore because I've done it so much, but we're still having, it's just like,
I think
this is not really ending. The stress is not really ending because it keeps on coming at us in different ways.
I think it's a mentality, and I'm very grateful to my father in the way that he sort of taught me to look at money. My mother is always impressed that I got my father's genes in this, because she does not think about money in the same way. Money, assets, and the moving parts. And I crave security, right? Like that's the dream, that's the goal. But I have a very good way of seeing all of the different pieces that are all sort of floating around at the same time. They're all making me uncomfortable. But I know that this is here, and this is connected to this, and this over here has this like piece in it, and this asset exists over here. So this one is covered if that, So like seeing, I'm going to say the whole picture, it will either stress you out to a place that is completely of disarray, and you can't handle it, or you find a way to be able to handle it, or it's just so not for you. And having those different pieces just floating in the atmosphere, looking at a bunch of red but some green, but none of it really makes sense, I think it takes a very specific kind of person to be able to do that. It takes a very specific mentality to go, okay, we owe, the joke that I've made with my father forever, because he's in the real estate world, anytime he makes an inheritance threat or anything like that.
Oh, like you're out of the will, bro.
Right. Anytime he makes any sort of threat like that, which is hilarious, I always say, to what? The $10 million in debt? Like, leave me out of it. I'll say something like that. And he thinks it's fucking hilarious, as do I, because that's like that number is not a reality, but the reality of like, it's all debt. Like it's all just a cataclysmic floating, like it's like floating in space after like a shipwreck, like the ship was blown up or something like that. Like, yeah, the refrigerator over there is still intact, and there's an escape pod over there, but the hull is missing, or like what? Like it's just. But you have to sit there and go, no, it's still a ship.
Almost.
It still flies. It still works.
Okay, so take those ideas. And my mama said to me, she's like, I don't know if your job fits your personality, because you need security. You're a Taurus. Like, I'm a Taurus. Like, I need grounding. Like, and honestly, I don't know a lot of people who are great with insecurity. I think I have a pretty high risk tolerance to even be in what I'm doing for this long. I must. That's the only way I can.
Yeah.
I just must. I don't know if I actually do. I just know that like I've like white knuckled it through the parts where I just couldn't tolerate it. I have no idea, because you crave security. I crave security, but we have chosen an inherently insecure line of work.
100%.
And how do you square that circle? I'm not really sure, because the artistic side of you and the free side of you just takes the taco, right? It just is a little bit more important to you, I think.
Yeah.
Also, do you know what I know that I'm going to pull from this video for our reel next week?
What?
When you're doing this.
I'm a very physical person.
Yeah, we're gonna put that. That's gonna be the video because I want the listeners to see your handography every time you do it. And now, since we're gonna do reels,
There is a lot of handography.
there's a lot of handography. And also, remember when I had said, "Oh, it's just like it's gonna be on my list to do reels for all the podcasts."
Yeah.
And what did I do? I decided to do all the reels for the podcast on the same week as I decided to up my YouTube channel like crazy. So I went from 0 to hero in 1 week. And I'm still super anxious. I hope that calms down, and I hope I get some short-term money as well as you, so we can calm down a little.
Yeah, seriously. Well,
Okay, Bean.
The last thing I'll end with is the term that I came up with this week, because I do need immediate money. I am looking for jobs along with clients and things like that. And because the job market is so terrible, I decided to call it jobster diving.
Oh, no.
I am officially...
Oh, no.
I think that anybody who is out there looking for a job right now, we are currently jobster diving.
Okay, let me put that. Maybe should that be the name of the... I don't know if it's the name of the
That's
episode.
not the name of the episode, but
still.
that is my term that I have for the week, jobster diving.
All right, because there's just shit to
Because
pick
it's
up.
just...
There's nothing
everything
good.
is fucking garbage.
Oh, awesome. That's a great way to end the podcast. On a high note, as they say.
Yeah, let's end this on a high note. Everything is fucking garbage.
Oh! All right. Bean, say goodbye to Mr. Noah. Oh, say what you said earlier when you were going to get home from... Can I say what you said in the car?
What?
You said that kid was sus.
Oh my
What?
god.
She's only 5.
No, I mean my school is sus.
Here, say it again.
My school is sus.
Why?
Because the line confused me.
Yeah, the line to get in.
What
or
is
the line
what
to
does
get
sus
in?
mean?
To get out, the line to get outside for you to pick me up, Mom.
What
was
what
what?
is
It was a weapon to pick you up outside.
Yeah, but what did you call it?
Sus.
what does sus mean?
I just wanted her to repeat it. She's a Gen Alpha. What's happening?
What does sus mean?
I don't know.
Is it Gen Alpha?
I don't know. What does it mean,
All right,
Bean?
that's
What
it.
does that mean?
I do not know, but that's your thing.
Okay, got it. Good to know.
All right, Noah. We'll see you next time.
See you later.
Okay, bye, Mr.
Bye.
Crazy.
Thank you so much for tuning in. You can find Amanda Ritchie at Grounded in Flight on Instagram and at Noah Doc on Instagram, as well as Red Flags app. And me, Carrie Wee, you can find at wrapyourheadaroundsilks.com. Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you. We have so much more coming at you, including guests that are in this art world that are blazing their way through new businesses and, just more banter from us. Thank you for listening. This is The Artist Entrepreneur.